Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with the third episode of our Warhammer 40k Mechanicus Let's Play. So in the last episode we did our first mission of the true campaign outside of the prologue and tutorial introduction stuff. So we were successful. We did get beat up a little bit, but we were able to succeed nonetheless. We got Jeremiah a new arc rifle, so this is going to hit a lot harder than the Phosphor Blast pistol that we had before. We did have to upgrade him in order to equip it though, and so he is now also into the exploratory tree a little bit. The reason I went with that was because we're often in melee combat with him because his axe was a better weapon than his pistol was, and so it made sense to get like a free stat reveal whenever we did that. I'm going to continue moving him down the Dominus tree though, because I do want him to be combat oriented. So we're going to level him up in that tree as we move forward, and it looks like the next one is going to have to be some sort of equipment upgrade. Aside from that, we also picked up this Curatio Claw. Unfortunately, with the Curatio Claw, I need to do the same thing. I need to upgrade. I would probably give it to Minarius, because he's more of our support Magos. But I would either have to replace his Servo Skull or level him up in order to give that to him. I think I'd rather have the Servo Skull, to be honest, because cognition is needed for everything, and if we can't collect cognition with him, at least without doing it at a distance, it could be really difficult for us moving forward. So I am going to level him up with the next Blackstone that we get, and then make sure that this Curatio Claw is equipable, because then he can heal us, and that would be great. Anyways, we finished a mission for Videx last time. He's got a new mission for us called Our Master's Voice, and they want us to install Voxcasters so that they can basically like spread propaganda and prayers through the whole complex. But this mission looks more difficult than it implies. It said it's easy, but we have a flayed one and an Arcanthrite, and a Canthrite, which I haven't seen a flayed one yet, but I'm sure they're more difficult than Necron warriors. The alternative is the mission that was available to us last time called the Killing Jar, where we need to basically just, I think, kill Necron warriors and collect samples. That's going to give us a Volkite Blaster, which is an incredibly good gun. It's 6 to 8 damage versus the 1 to 8 of our arc rifle, so much more consistent damage. And Machine Spirit reduces cognition costs to 1 CP, so that's pretty good. We also have an Omnispex that apparently has an active ability that makes you harder to hit. I think it also will tell you, and I might just be projecting here, this might not be accurate, but if it functioned like an actual Omnispex, it might tell you which rooms will have enemies in them, which could be really helpful. So both of those are great. We also get 92 Blackstone, which is, pretty standard. And we're dealing with warriors and scarabs. So this seems like the easier mission and a pretty good one for us to collect some good loot. So let's do this one. And as much as I'd love to get that Skitarii Vanguard to deploy down here, these guys seem like they're going to be a lot harder to handle. So the Killing Jar it is. Our deployment is going to be the same as before. So we're going to take our 2 priests and as many servitors as we can fit. And we only have the 1 canticle, so that's our only option. Tech Acquisitor Scaevola. I asked you... Oh, I think I called you Agrippina or something. It's Scaevola. Agrippina is somebody else. I asked you on this mission because of your experience with surveying alien artifacts and organisms. And so the heretics of Styges 8 can plunder this world for its secrets. Your assertion equals false. If objection concerns offense, go to different mission. And I leave you free to do as you will. A dereliction of logic, Scaevola. Macarian 16:4. Watch your brother, for his sin of heresy is thy sin of tolerance. Silva Tenebris evaluation commences. Wonders, opportunities, secrets. Rare chance for discovery, intelligence on xenos. Must not fail to exploit. The logic of your enthusiasm eludes me, Tech Inquisitor. My emotional cores return only peril to our mission personnel and the threat of awakening xenos. Therefore, I am on this mission. My role equals gather intelligence, seek truth, return to human comprehension. Dictates of Mars retrieval. Gather knowledge for the good of all. And how are you to go about that, Scaevola? Field operations in person equals suboptimal. Sending tech priests instead equals optimal. First objective, gather field specimens for study. Location, Tomb of Acropis. Commence immediately. Given the reports from the Tomb of Acropis, there should be plenty of samples in there for you to collect, Magos. Of course. But first, you have to kill them. That's kind of awkwardly worded. My talents equal dissection after the fact. I leave the location, identification, execution to your tech priests, Magos. I trust this will be worth the effort, Scaevola. These are no mere labor servitors we are risking in these tombs. These are men and women, fellow devotees of the cult Mechanicus. Agreed, Meg. No, interrupted. Valid point raised. Ensure human corpses are returned as well. Opportunity to study the effects of Necron technology on human flesh. Yeah, I don't think you're getting it, man. Alright, so the Killing Jar, deployment number 2. Where are we? We're here. Looks like we're going to find ourselves in a fight either way. And then, again, very non-linear. But it might be better to... I don't know that there's an ideal way to do this, because this is kind of a weird outlier there. That's our objective, though. So do we want to try to clear the whole place first? That's what I'm struggling to figure out, because it could be difficult to weather all of those fights. But I guess what we could do is we could come through here, grab that, head back, through there, and that's the minimal amount of backtracking that I can see. So the only other thing I can think of is if we go here like that, but then we're backtracking twice, but we do avoid this fight. But do we want to avoid the fight? We do get Blackstone for every Necron we kill. So let's go here. We have a glyph. This panel controls a heavy door leading to a treasure room beyond, which is filled with cognition. If we can work out the right commands, then we can reap the rewards within. Oh, great. I have no idea. Is there something that we come across later that helps us with this? I'm going to choose this one. Wait. I'm trying to look at the symbols and see if there's anything significant in them. Something feels more open about this to me. This one almost looks like a barrier in front. And I'm wondering if that means like open versus like defensive protocols. But, sure. The container of some sort that seemingly has raw binary seething within. Clearly it is of xenos origin. Sparks of data leak through the age sealant used to contain the treasure within. So one of my servitors gets hurt, and that's it. I chose wrong. Okay, but at least that wasn't a fight. I mean, I say at least, but I think the fights are probably the most interesting thing for you guys. Opportunity detected. Necron combat tactics, weaponry capabilities illuminated. Study required. This chamber shows signs of having been the scene of a brutal gunfight. 2 Skitarii lie dead, with marks from Gauss blasts all over the walls. We can salvage what gear we can find, after all it's a waste to leave it behind. We can examine the chamber for data on the combat that took place here. Or we can say a prayer for the fallen Skitarii. I am going to examine. Necron mere automata equals false. Analysis, Necron combat capability. Is that supposed to be like greater than or equal to trained human troops? I think so. A shame, live fire combat exercises impossible. Must remain a dream. So we gain 2 cognition for that. The cohort takes their time examining the damage caused to the chamber. The Necrons attack swiftly, picking off the 2 rearmost of the Scutarii units before disappearing again into the shadows. Okay, let's see what's in here. Okay, our presence has been detected. Commence enthusiasm. Acquire at all costs. One of the Necron warforms remains after the rest of the fallen constructs teleport away. It fades in and out of reality as if about to disappear. So we can take targeted sensor readings of the Necron as it phases out. Necron may not be deactivated, ensure it's destroyed. Grab the Necron for transport back. Oh man, that seems so risky. I'm gonna do it. That's why we're here, right? Live sample is ideal. Shame was anticipating commencement of dismantling, dissection, experimental dismemberment of captive xenos construct. Necron possesses failsafe internal teleporters, activate upon destruction. One of the Necron warforms remains. Oh, it doesn't say anything new. Indeed, Tech Inquisitor. I believe we could have concluded that without such risk to my tech priests. We did get Blackstone though. One of the cohort takes the Necron by the arm to drag it back towards the tomb entrance. The Necron's teleportation procedure is then completed and it vanishes. Apart from the arm the trooper was holding. Though not much compared to an entire Necron construct, the arm is taken back for study. Okay. For a second there, I thought the trooper that was holding it had their arm go with it. But no, we got the arm of a Necron. So we gained some Blackstone. Okay. So it wasn't a loss there, and no real cost to us other than some awakening, so there's that. Do we want to fight here? Or, these aren't necessarily fights, but they're interactions with Necrons. Let's do it. We're going to try to 100% this one. I might regret that attempt, but... Okay, we have a glyph. Is that what these mean? Somebody let me know if you've played the game. Are these glyphs always, or is it just a chance of it being a glyph fight, whatever? Alright, so this panel controls a heavy door leading to a treasure room beyond just filled with cognition if we can work out the right commands. Well, this didn't work last time. Let's try this glyph. Okay, that worked. So now we know that one means open. A container of some sort that seemingly has raw binary seething within, blah blah blah, we earn Blackstone and nobody gets hurt. That's also, I think, almost, if not enough, to level up one of our tech priests. So it seems like 100%ing these is the way to go. Okay, we're up to level 2, we'll see extra Necrons in battle. Speculation, tombs possess autonomous repair, defense, maintenance capabilities. Further study equals yes. Have some collected for me, Faustinius. The chamber ahead has suffered damage from the shifting of the landscape above. Several dozen tiny, beetle-shaped constructs are scurrying about industriously as they repair the damage. We can collect a couple of scarabs for study. We can attempt to collect several of the scarabs. It is in how they act as a group that the greatest insights will be found, or we can ignore them. Let's just acquire a few. I feel like pushing our luck is going to come back to bite us. Governing intelligence, controlling these scarabs. Fascinating, deeply troubling, fascinating. 2 more CP. And nobody died or got hurt. Alright, so this is the last room before the entrance. Let's continue, or excuse me, before the objective. Self-preservation versus curiosity. Conflict unresolved. Desirous of knowing, what purpose chamber serves. The chamber ahead is lined with glowing green cylinders, each pulsing with power. The air is thick and greasy, and arcs of static electricity leap from the cohort's extremities as they approach. This chamber is almost certainly extremely dangerous, but it is the only way forward. So attempt to shut down the strange Necron devices. Try to understand the purpose of this Necron technology, or move through the chamber with extreme caution, carefully monitoring the energy levels. Should we study it? I feel like this is going to wake stuff up. I feel like something is going to happen if we try to move through here without it. And I feel like this is the safest bet. Like, try to figure out what these are before we test them. Oops. Great. That's what I was afraid of. Observation alone is not enough to understand the function of these energy-hungry devices. In attempting to dismantle one device, the cohort is subjected to a blast of plasma that burns and irradiates them, followed by a cascade of exotic particles that teleports them to a different chamber. They rue the questionable decision to examine these machines closely as they make their way back to the mission path. So we increased the awakening, and Menarius took some damage. Alright, well, not the end of the world. Alright, this is the last room. Oh, so they reanimate one turn faster. Well, I tend to finish them on the spot anyways, so that won't necessarily be a problem unless there's a bunch of them and I can't get to them all at once. And we have a fight. Okay, so there are 2 Necrons there. Do we not get to deploy? Oh, we do, okay. So I'd like to be fairly aggressive in this. Why aren't you panning up? Okay, well, Menarius, let's deploy you like there. And then Jeremiah, let's deploy you here. Do I want to bring any servitors with me? I think I do. So I'm going to put down 2 of them. Right there. We'll save the other 2 to deploy later. In fact, I'm going to give Menarius one as well to help him with this. Whereas Jeremiah and these 2 servitors are going to try to deal with the warriors. I think that is the best way to go about this. Or I could just have one servitor sit here and punch this thing over and over. And try to get Menarius adjacent to that so that we get 3 cognition every turn, while Jeremiah and the other 2 servitors fight. That might be the most ideal way to go about this. We'll have to keep an eye on new deployments though, because they do have 3-4 spots where they can spawn. So let's try that and we'll see how it goes. We'll keep 1 servitor in reserve for wherever we need backup. So you're gonna go beat that thing up. That's all you can do. Let's see here. Don't get in our way, if you wouldn't mind. Since we're not attacking this turn, I'm going to use my servo skulls to scan these Necrons. Because we won't need the cognition until next turn. Okay, so we know he's got 9 health and 1 shield. I wish I could push you further up. I really need that that ability that gives these guys more movement range. Because this is going to be a really nasty choke point. Let's see. I'm going to put you... If I go there, I don't think he can get around. Let's go there. Nobody in range. Let's scan the other guy before I forget. Probably going to be... Oh, okay, so 10 health, but no shield. Good to know. So the servitors might be more effective on him, because I think the way the shields work is it's essentially a chance for a damage reduction of whatever the value is. So like damage reduction of 1. When you hit for 1 to 2, there's a chance that they just absorb all the damage entirely. So they will hit for 1 to 2 damage against this guy, or 0 to 1 against him. Is how that should work. Okay. They're both going to move up and fire on these servitors, which is why they're here. As long as they don't get one-shotted, we're fine. We get free cognition when they attack, and we get cognition when they are killed. So at least we're learning from this. Okay, good. Neither died. New round. We can deploy another. I don't think we're ready for that yet. Although I could throw one forward. I'm going to save it for rapid deployment, because we don't know if we're going to get flanked later. Okay, Mr. Servitor, I need you on that, punching away. No idea what this does, but we're going to break it, because that's what we do. Right. You can fire from there, so perhaps we should do that. The question is, yeah, 0 to 1 or 1 to 2. We'll do 1 to 2. Nice. I think that'll be your turn. Let's have you rush through. You're probably going to die. I wish I could get you over there, but let's at least get you across the bridge, if nothing else. They'll probably fire at you, but what are you going to do? I'm not going to waste a Canticle healing a Servitor. That allows Jeremiah to get through and fire. So 0 to 7 or 1 to 8. There's a chance we one-shot this guy. So I think we take it. Four damage, pretty good. And how much health do you have left? 4. I could spend my last cognition moving into adjacency. By doing that, I force him to... because they don't seem to ever want to engage in melee. They seem to try to back off and shoot. So what he would probably do is try to flee, get hit by the attack of opportunity, which would be 3 to 5. Could kill him. There's like a 66% chance that kills if we hit, if he does that. And it wouldn't allow him to shoot, which would preserve my servitors until he ran off. So let's do that, I think. Yeah, I'm going to spend my last cognition there. Because this servitor is not going to be able to attack anybody anyways. So we'll set up for the attack of opportunity there, and you are going to protect Jeremiah's back. Not that that's really a thing. Yep, he did exactly what I thought he would, and we downed him. So there's a free cognition. He's going to fire and kill this servitor. We gain cognition for him dying, though. So I'll gladly accept. Oh, we got scarabs. We'll need to deal with the scarabs. Oh, and we have a Necron warrior deploying behind us. That's why I kept the. That's why I kept this guy in reserve. So how do we want to go about this? I'm going to deploy this servitor here. I need to engage the scarabs before they heal either Necron warrior. So let's try to intercept them. Okay, you keep attacking. Nice. -2 awakening. Then we can try to send you to engage this guy with Manarius. I wanted to get Manarius adjacent to this, but that's not looking to be an option. Either way, let's start moving you back to there. Okay, over here, I need you to, again, trap that group of scarabs there. Okay, that's the end of your turn. Let's see. If I camp you here, that's a free cognition point every turn. And you can still fire on that Necron warrior. So let's do that. We'll get a cognition from moving. We can grab another one if we want. But I think I'd like to find out his stats first. Okay, so 7 health, 2 shield. So it seems like they always add up to around 9 or 10. It's just a matter of how much shield versus how much actual health. Let's fire on this guy so that we don't have to waste their turn doing this. Because he has no other vector of attack. So that guy's gone. And then the Scarab can't revive him or anything like that. That'll be the end of your turn. Scarabs are going to swing back at my servitor. 1 damage, so they don't hit very hard, but that will continue to chip away at our health. Meanwhile, I need you to move into adjacency here. Well, should I be firing? No, I think I like engaging them in melee better, because they don't seem to enjoy melee combat very much. But if I put you here, we still get hit with the attack of opportunity. I could move you there, and then there. Let's see. Go there first. Being a little bit cute with my movement here. That will give me the 3 cognition every turn and put me in melee range. Which I think is the most ideal position we could be in. Okay. We may as well use the servo skull. The question is, who do we reveal? What does that do? Let's scan it. We destroyed it. Nothing? Okay. Probably should have done it before, but I think it would have just told me the health. Anyways, let's melee attack this guy. And we'll just keep restoring our cognition every time we spend it. So that works pretty well for us. Let's end our turn. This servitor, meanwhile, is going to delay those scarabs. I might have been better off healing him, because those scarabs will probably kill him and then go heal this guy. So maybe I should heal this servitor, as much as I hate wasting it on that. I only get the 1, right? Like, I can't use this more than once. I'm gonna do it because our tech priests aren't at a whole lot of risk. So they should be fine. But yeah, we only get to use that once. And that should, again, delay the scarabs a lot more. Oh, he's gonna fire here. That's not too bad. You should be able to survive 2 more hits from him. Attack of opportunity. 3 damage. He's gonna move there and what, shoot you? 3 damage, that's okay. Attack of opportunity here. Did you kill him? I think he killed them. Okay, well, we get full cognition there. Go ahead and move up so that you can help us out. Over here, you need to keep swinging at those scarabs. Nice. So we got him. Then I'm going to move you into adjacency here. Because why not? That acid's going to continue to hurt him though, but that's fine. He did his job. What to do with you? It's not going to hurt him. So I pretty much have to move you into melee combat. Which I guess is fine. I mean, I'd rather he shoot the servitor, but we don't have a lot of options here. So 5 damage. That's a pretty good hit. I wish I could take another swing, but that's all I can do right now. Okay, over here, I need you to finish this warrior off, who's got 3 health. So move to there. attack, and that hopefully will be a kill. Nice. We'll take our cognition, and then if I move you to there, you can help out quickly. We'll let the servitors clean up over there. Yeah, do that. Okay. If I want to, I can fire. Unfortunately, I can't fire through, but I can fire back there. I'm going to save the cognition and let a servitor deal with it. You're already there, so let's have you start moving to help us here, I think. Attack of opportunity. Downed it. Perfect. Get the cognition. Is that it? Yep. Perfect. I think we did pretty well there. Circumstances evaluation. Confirmed disappointing. Necrons employ teleportation technology to achieve post-destruction discorporation. Interrogative. Where do the remains go? Fascination intensifies. Upon destruction, the Necron constructs vanish, leaving no samples to be collected. We can take picked grabs of the damage from the Necron weapons, at least this information may be of use. We can move on, hoping the next combat will yield usable samples, or we can thoroughly search the chamber for any components that might have been missed by the teleportation effect. I don't think... Well, we know that certain parts of them, like parts that are blown off or whatever, can be left behind because we got an arm. But we already have the arm, so are we going to gain anything from this that we don't already know? Versus at least this would... Well, we kind of know this too because we saw the effects on the Scutarii. So I don't know that either of these is going to yield us much. Let's analyze. There might be something we missed. We got a spotlight, okay. The cohort is slowed down by the search, giving the enemy the chance to respond to their location. However, they uncover several samples of technology of uncertain purpose that might contain valuable materials. So awakening is increased, and we gain this spotlight that we can put on somebody. This is basically a taunt, it looks like, so become the priority target of enemies in range and gain +1 physical armor and +1 energy armor for 1 round. Okay. So we'll put that on our tank, and that's mission complete. The cohort returns from the tomb, frustrated by the lack of physical samples of Necron constructs. However, the data they have gathered on the phasing out of Necron's Necron remains, is illuminating in itself. Valuable data present, greater than past. Totality of human knowledge increased. Mission conclusion positive. And nobody died, so I cannot say I support your conclusion, Scaevola. Beneficial conclusion itemization follows. Necron discorporation witnessed. Enemy constructs destroyed. Less than 0. Necron combat performance evaluation. Chances of functioning Necron available for dissection increased. My emotional cores are returning sensations of frustration and resentment, and I choose to acknowledge them. The lives of my tech priests are not there to be risked for the fulfillment of your desires, Tech Acquisitor. They are there to be risked for the acquisition of intelligence, learning, sacred knowledge. Your understanding equals approvable. Okay, so that cost us 80 Blackstone to heal these guys. And we made 46 there, plus however much we collected, yeah, 83. And then we get 92 just for completing. So I think we did all right. Okay. So 272. Let's see what that gets us here. Menarius, you are the first due for a level up, and that's going to require 134. Do we have just enough to do 2 of them? It looks like we might. So let's go into disciplines and get him an upgrade. We have a lot of gear I'd like to be able to equip, especially this Curatio Claw. So he is currently in the Lex Mechanic discipline. It looks like we have to go with this if we want to continue in that discipline. The other option would make him a Secutor or something, basically to make our servitors a little bit better, which I wouldn't mind at all. So if I were to do this, 2 max HP, 20 dodge chance, +1 armor to each damage type, more max HP and additional movement, more max HP. I don't mind that idea, but making our servitors a little bit more useful would be nice too, because we deploy more servitors than tech priests at this point. And this doesn't just work for servitors, it works for anything, but the servitors I think will benefit the most because they have really poor movement. So I think I am going to do that. Okay. Now then, that gives us 2 blue wrenches and a gray wrench. So that should allow me to deploy... That's really expensive. I definitely want this. So let's give him that. And does that mean we're at capacity then? Can I give you another support thing? No. It'd be nice. Having an Omnispecs would be really useful. But we can level up. No, we can't level up one more time because they're both going to be at 148. We're so close. The question is, do I want to grab the Volkite Blaster? I don't know, because it is so expensive. We may not ever get to fire it, whereas like 2 is more reasonable. I think we're going to stick with the arc rifle for now, and we'll deploy the Volkite Blaster when we increase our max cognition, I think. But it is a very powerful weapon and far more consistent than the arc rifle. I wish we could get another one. Oh well. Okay, so we still have 2 more missions. It looks like we're sticking with Scaevola and I always forget this guy's name, Videx, for the time being. So that looks a little bit easier to me anyways. Necron warriors and flayed ones, and hopefully it's just a single flayed one at the last fight or something. Whereas this one, I don't remember what the Acanthrites are, but that could be very difficult, although I would really like a Vanguard and Field Generator. Those are both pretty good, so the rewards on that are definitely worth the risk. Cognition Gauge Max. Oh, but that would be useful too. And this gives us a Cognitive Canister. Allows the user unbelievable cognition processing power. What does that do? I know the active effect is +1 damage and 25 critical, but does it do anything else for us? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I am recording these in batches, so it's a bit difficult for me to incorporate suggestions that you guys have at least right away, but we'll see when I record the next one. In the meantime, feel free to suggest which mission you would prefer, but I may end up recording the batch before you guys see this, so we'll see. But anyways, I'm leaving it here for today, so thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Mechanicus with you. Things are really coming along nicely, and I'm excited to see just how powerful our tech priest can get. So thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.